Now, I feel like this video right here is something everybody needs to listen to. If you're somebody that's been locked up, somebody that's gonna FaceTime, somebody that's got a little bid you gotta do, I feel like this video right here could help you. And for this one here, I'm gonna be talking about when you first get out, when it comes to dating and getting in a relationship, all right? Because you've been gone for a while, you don't want these people to run circles around you and out-talk you. You know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and get into this one. Y'all sit back and enjoy this real spill. Same time of the week, let it be there. Have my people send a message, make sure that it's there. Time for me to collect, bring the shit over here, cause you can tell them my face, don't make me come over there. I'll run up in your room, put my shank in your neck, swear to God I wet you up, better show me respect. I'm hitting licks like nut, break bread with dogs. Putting on for each side, Davey, this K-fraud, it's a robbery. Heard what I said, I got some names I won't say. Most of them dead, for that tunch you get there's a price on your head. Take the shit out your locker, throw it all on my bed. You got a daughter back you up, I don't care what you click. 2 lockers to fit both y'all shit. See me in the cut jamming, smoking the rip, getting tatted with the money that your people are sent. See on the streets I would've bust you, but in prison I come cut you. What's up, y'all? You already know, man. K-Fraud TV back in the building. Y'all go ahead and do me that solid favor, man. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. And also make sure you hit that notification bell so you can see it first. Welcome back, squad. I appreciate y'all tuning in, man. Hey, so for this video, I'm going to be talking about what it's like when you first get out and you start dating and getting a relationship. You know, or even when it comes to talking to females or anything like that. And the reason I wanted to do this one is because I got a lot of homeboys, obviously, that have done time. You know, and I've done time myself. And I know there's a lot of people out there that are facing time that you could just look at and tell they ain't going to be able to make it without their loved one when they're locked up. You know, they're going to run themselves crazy while being in a relationship. So I felt like I would touch this topic, break it down to the best way I can to try to help y'all understand it. All right. Now, first things first, when it comes to being locked up, when it comes to having a partner when you're locked up on the streets, you know, you got a female or a boyfriend or whatever it is you have on the streets, my opinion is it's better doing time without them people than it is with them, okay? But I've done videos speaking on stuff like that, and we'll save that for another time. But for this one, I'm talking about what it's like when you get out and you start dating or first talking to a female or something like that. Now, where a lot of people mess up, and I've seen it happen with the most gangsters people I know, you know what I'm saying? They get out and they let a female, a no good female, you know, or someone that's been fucking off the chain the whole time they were gone, or someone that done ran through the whole city, ran through all their homeboys, you know, they let a female get in their head because they want a little bit of loving. You know, they've been gone, out of sight, out of mind. So they let a female get in their head and kind of like control them like a puppet. You know what I'm saying? And people fall like that. You know, like I've seen the most gangsters, toughest people fall like that when they first get out. You know what I'm saying? And it's like they're in the tunnel, you're not. So they can't see outside the tunnel, but you could see inside the tunnel. You feel me? So you could see the things that they don't see. You could see how lame they look online. You could see how they look like a simp. You know, they look like a duck. You know, and you try to lace them up and put them up on game. And at the same time, whatever you tell them goes in one ear out the other. All right. Now, you're going to see that you will believe the most nastiest female so easily compared to before when you were locked up. How you would know, oh, these bitches ain't shit, they lie. You can see right through the lie they're trying to give you. You get what I'm saying? It's kind of like you let up and you're kind of vulnerable when you first come home, you know, and a lot of people want to enjoy the glow you have when you're released, okay? Whether you know it or not, when you first get out, you're going to be glowing, okay? And you're going to stand out. You don't even really need to chase or pursue nothing. Things are going to come after you. Females that you never knew wanted you from before are going to want you. Females that never knew themselves that they wanted you or never did want you before are going to want you. Females from your past are going to want you. You know, it all comes with the cycle of doing time. You get what I'm saying? When you first jump out and you got that glow to you that anybody could see but yourself, obviously, you know, that glow attracts things. You see, so a lot of people are going to be coming into your life and want to, you know, enjoy that glow with you. They're attracted to that glow that you have. And you don't want to be someone that lets somebody come, you know, suck the life out of your glow when you first get out. Because before you know it, by the time you're done, you know, finally seeing this person for who they really are, how stupid they making you look, or find out everything they've done that you don't know about, you know, by the time you figure all that shit out, you're not glowing no more.
And then you done painted a picture, a new image of yourself to the world. You see what I'm saying? So you don't want to be one of them people. You feel me? I feel like since it's going to come to you, take it slow, you know? Of course, when I got out, I was knocking them down like dominoes. You know what I'm saying? My first 3-4 days out, I probably ran through like 3-4 different women, you know, but I wasn't giving them the time to get to know me for real, you know? I wasn't letting them in. You see what I'm saying? I wasn't opening up to them. I was keeping it pushing just like you're supposed to. Because at the same time, I got a mission. And the mission is to get myself right and enjoy this glow. I've been gone. None of them was, you know, throwing herself at me this heavy before I went up the road. None of them was throwing bread my way or was holding me down while I was up the road. So I would be a dummy to fall for the little love they're throwing at me now that I'm released. You see what I'm saying? At least I was sharp enough to know this. You feel me? So when I first got out, like I said, I was knocking them down before I finally landed in my first relationship. You feel me? Now, when you find yourself in that first relationship, everything's going to seem perfect. Especially if it's a new person. If it's someone you don't know. You're going to feel like you don't even care about their history, their background, whatever they've done before you even knew them. You know what I'm saying? You're going to feel like that shit don't even matter. You don't care to hear about it. And at first, when you first start talking to them, it ain't even going to bother you to know any of these things. You feel me? So if they're telling you it, you know, and you're asking the questions and they're telling you it, whatever they throw your way that is bad, they could tell you they fucked 50 people, you know, or they could tell you they just got dogged by 3 dudes last week. Whatever they throw your way since you first are out, it's not going to affect you. You're not going to care about it. You know what I'm saying? But if you're someone that's going to date when you first jump out, my advice is don't even ask questions. Because later on, if you catch feelings for that person, the same things they told you in the beginning that you don't care about, that went in one ear out the other, that didn't matter because you didn't have feelings, those same things are going to start messing with your mind. And you're going to bring them up in fights and stuff later on. You see what I'm saying? It's going to affect you. And you're going to find yourself mentioning these things. And it's going to pile up things. It's like the more you know, the more dangerous it is for your relationship. So the less you ask, the better. But everybody wants to know how many people you've been with. What was your longest relationship? Have you messed with anybody around this way? Have you messed with anybody I know? You know, those are like the common things that people kind of ask. You feel me? So when I got out of prison, I wanted to do the total opposite. Because I knew from all my past relationships, none of them worked. So I wanted to try something different. And I didn't give a shit to ask any of these things. You feel me? Now, of course, things will come out and you're going to be like, damn, what the hell? They didn't tell me this. I don't remember them telling me that, you know, because you didn't ask. You see what I'm saying? So you got to learn you got to take shit with a grain of salt. You feel me? Now, if you're somebody that gets out and you run back to the person that was there before prison, or run back to one of your exes or a baby mama of yours or something like that, I feel like off rip, you look like a fool. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, there is loyal people out there, and some people cheat just to get by, even though they'll hold down their loved one when they're locked up. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, you can't take that from someone because they were there, rode your whole bid, but you know, they thing got to get scratched every once in a while, so they did what they needed to do, but didn't have no strings attached with them people while you were gone. And when you get out, boom, you'll never see that person, never nothing. You know, things go on and on and on to where eventually all it takes is one little loophole to where that information gets out, and then it's gonna hit you, you're gonna hear about it, and it's gonna feel like they just did it. See what I'm saying? You could have did 10 years, and a female could have rode for you, and your whole 10 years, and she slept with some dudes while you were gone, maybe one guy, you know, and the next thing you know, you don't know nothing about it. But when you find out after them 10 years, 3 years later after you're out, so 13 years later, when you find out about it, you might feel like you don't care. But it'll always be in your mind, you know. And then if you see that individual or you hear that name somewhere else, you know, it's going to kind of like play tricks with your mindset. You feel me? So it's like, that's why I say it's better off not running back to somebody you already have a past with. You know what I'm saying? It's like, leave the past in the past, you know. And that goes for women too. Women that get locked up and stuff like that. I feel like you shouldn't run back to the same dude. You know, it's kind of like someone who sells dope, sells drugs. If a motherfucker's only selling a 7 to work, you know, for 5 years, Obviously, he's got to try something else as an occupation because he's stuck in the same spot, doing the same thing. He never went up to a 14, a 28 bricks. He never upgraded. So at the same time, it's like your life's in pause. So if you find yourself doing time, whether you're a male or a female, I feel like you going back to someone you were with before you got locked up, or a past baby mama, or even the person that was there, you know, that you were dating before you got locked up. I feel like you just took steps back. You're right back. It was like that was all dead time in my eyes. I feel like, you know, the world keeps going when you're locked up, right? It's like if your ass got locked up in 2000 and you got out in 2015, your mindset is still gonna be how it was. You know, you're still thinking of what it was in 2000. You feel me? All these other people are living up to, you know, standards up in 2015. You know, they'll run circles around you because they know what's trending. They know what the talk is these days. They know, you know, they moved on with the world while you just sat in there still hanging on to the little bit of memories you had before you went. You feel me? So it's like, why not take that time to be like, you know what? I'm gonna get with someone I don't know, you know, and then just take it from there, you know, but don't do it right away. You get what I'm saying? I've seen too many people fall victim and they do it right away. And you're cutting yourself short because when you get out, when you're free from doing time, you got multiple doors open, all right? Multiple. Once you clinch onto one, lock in with one person, whether you're a male or female, and that's it. And there's posts everywhere, Facebook, Instagram, people see y'all together. Next thing you know, you blow one up or you get blown up by the dude, whatever it is, however. You kind of like, as y'all are together, you and that one person, all them multiple doors you had, they start closing. A bunch of them start closing, and before you know it, now there's drama with you and this person. You found out things they did, or you knew things they did. They were a past person, somebody you dated before, or a baby mama of yours or something. So then all these things start coming out. You start hearing from people, oh, did you hear about such and such and such and such? Oh, you know she was messing with such and such while you were gone. You know, things start coming, so now you and this person are bickering. Now your relationship is like this. It's going up and down. It's rocky, you feel me? And then in all reality, you done closed all these other doors and opportunities to meet somebody that's better for you. You see what I'm saying? That's why I feel like when you first get out, you shouldn't, you know, lock in with somebody, dog. Keep that shit pee and just, it's cool to live, cool to have fun, enjoy that you're out, you know, but do not get no strings attached. Do not lock in. Do not let nobody in. You know, sit back and pay attention, okay? Just like a guy who's got money, somebody who's rich, or back in the day in the hood when somebody was the plug, all the girls wanted them. You feel me? Why? Because they had money and they were the plugs. You see what I'm saying? That's going to be the same thing. When you get out, the same females that no other guy would take serious after she done ran through a bunch, you know, that shit done been all online, you know, since you've been gone, she done had 5 or 6 different dudes she posted online. My king, my king, my king, my king. Next thing you know, if you put it together, she didn't have more kings than a deck of cards. You see what I'm saying? But now you get out, you're like, you're not up to speed with the world. You know, you're still stuck in the past and moving to what's going on back then, asking if such and such still works at Domino's, or if this person still goes to school over there, or if this person's still hanging out over here. Do people still go over here? Like, no, that was like 12 years ago, you know? But you're stuck in the past because you were like stuck in one spot when you were in prison. And that same person, male or female, that was making all these posts with all these other people online, that was looking like no one was taking them serious, they were going up and down, up and down, up and down. Now they see a chance to find someone who's vulnerable, who is green to the streets, who's green to what's going on, and they're gonna try to clamp on and put them hooks in you and take advantage. They're gonna try to put them hooks in you and make it to where you fall in love before you find out these things, before you see this type of person. And really, the only reason they're trying to put the hooks in you, just like the plug and the rich people with the money, is it betters them. You feel me? They were doing that to better themselves. That's why they were messing with someone with money or messing with the plugs. They felt like this person can make their life better. Well, you're getting out of prison, so you need to worry about yourself and have yourself in a better situation. Learn how to make you have a better life and do shit for yourself. Their only idea and goal, once them hooks in you, is to get you to fall for them before everything comes out, before you know it, your glow's gone. They sucked up all the glow with you. Even homeboys, you know, you got people that ain't even your dog that like that, or people that didn't send you no money that will come hang around and try to vibe with you, be in pictures with you, post up with you, and everything. As soon as you come home, they want to be a part of that glow. You have a glow that attracts attention once you get out, whether it's females that are lusting over you, or it's just people that want to act like they your dog now. Welcome home. But they never once put pictures up of you saying free you. They never once sent you no bread. They never once sent you pictures in the mail or came to visit you. But now it's, oh, this my dog, fresh out after 15 years, my brother, this my... See, they want to steal your glow. And once that glow's gone, it's like there's nothing you could do about it. You're going to be stuck in the past in your mind, and you're going to be out here in a new world. And you done wasted all this time over a female or a man that wasn't worth shit. You see what I'm saying? So you got to make sure you think before you jump into a relationship. Like I said, I smashed a couple before I got in a relationship. And even my first relationship, that shit was rocky. And I'm going to tell you why. Because I don't trust people. You know, that's one thing prison teaches you. You don't trust a motherfucker that's right here in front of you, locked up doing time, that you see every single morning, every single afternoon, in the chow hall, on the rec yard, in the school building, you know, in medical, you know, walking around a car. You see this motherfucker. You know, they can't go nowhere other than the places you can go, and you don't trust them. See? So how am I going to trust somebody in the free world that I don't see every day? Somebody that lives somewhere totally different than me. You know, a different, let's say a different neighborhood, a different city, you know, a couple streets over, whatever the case may be. It's still like, I can't trust people that I'm really in the trenches with, going through knife to knife situations. How am I going to just trust some random person? So that was my biggest thing and the hardest thing for me to, you know, manage when I first got out. Well, my first relationship was locking in with somebody. It was because I don't trust a motherfucker. It don't matter if they told me everybody they fucked or if they didn't. Regardless, I don't trust them. I don't care what it is. I don't care how clingy they are and how perfect they were. Still didn't trust them. Because in my mind is they're trying to make me believe them. They're trying to make me trust them. I feel like it's a manipulation game. I feel like they're trying to get me to believe them or trying to play up under me, trying to make me fall for them. You know, I feel like people play mind games because your mind isn't up to date with the world when you get out. You see what I'm saying? You're literally been stuck in pause all these years. When you think of a female or a homeboy of yours, you're thinking of the things you did with a female. You know, if a female works at fucking Target and she goes and hangs out with her mom every weekend and plays bingo and you catch 10 years, you're going to be in there thinking on the weekends that that bitch is probably playing bingo right now. And you're going to be thinking of her working at Target and all this shit. And really, that was years ago. See, so when you get out, when you see Target, you're going to think of that girl. When you see bingo, you're going to think of that girl. You see, so it's kind of like it keeps your mind in a bubble. You feel me? So you got to learn to be sharper than that. You know, so me, I felt like ain't no female going to play up under me. Ain't none of these clowns out here that claim that my dog's going to play up under me. You feel me? Because when I was locked up, of course I received a ton of mail from females, bitches, and shit like that. But when I got out, them same ones that was sending that, the bread and the letters and all that, them weren't even the main ones trying to steal my glow. It was literally like people I ain't even hang out with like that. Females that didn't send me shit. You see? So it was like, hold on, man. It's like everybody's treating me like I'm a celebrity. Which, you know, I always had a little face card in my hood. But it's like at the same time, it's like they're all treating me way different than they did before I got locked up. It's like you just want to be a part of this shine, bitch. Your life born. You know, your life shaded right now. It's shaded. You're in the shadows. You ain't got nothing popping. So hanging out with the new dude who's all over the internet, who everybody's talking about, that right there is trying to, you know, spunk up your life. Trying to make you feel brightened. You know, trying to get you up out the shadow. You see? That's what you got to learn, and you got to pay attention to that shit. You know what I'm saying? Not saying you can't trust people. Not saying that it won't always will never work with a person when you first get out. My whole point and opinion and advice for the video is just, you know, take your time. You just did time, so you could do time. You get what I'm saying? Take your time, get to know the person first. You see what I'm saying? And you'll learn the real them. You'll see what's meant to be. Keep your doors open. Opportunities come from all different angles. You know, make it to where you're not just cutting yourself short. All right? That's the best way I can break it down and explain to you. You know what I'm saying? And be careful who you trust. You know, a lot of females, you forgot who you had beef with, who you beat up, who you robbed, who you shot at, who you got in shootouts with. You know, you forget all these things when time goes by. You know, and it ain't that you forget them. It's just you don't know who's hanging out with who, who's cool with who. So you could hook up with a female, and the female low-key be like, her best friend's baby daddy could be the dude you shot at, and you know they could be trying to backdoor you, set you up, get you robbed, get you shot at. You never know what it is. You know, you gotta peep the whole board. You know, don't just be center focused on one fucking pawn on the board. You know, you gotta peep the whole board first. That's why I say play it cool and take your time. Make a female show their worth. Same thing for the ladies. You get out, make a man show you their worth and show you that you're worth something. You feel me? Don't just settle for something. Because when you get out, no matter what, you know, male or female, when you first get out, you got the option for multiple people. Even if you're in there and you're out of sight, out of mind, and nobody fucks with you your entire bid. Nobody sends you letters, money, pictures, nothing. Nobody hollers at you. Nobody puts money on the phone. You don't talk to nobody. You still have an advantage when you get out to find somebody better than you probably would have before you got locked up. You see? So that's what you got to take into consideration. Prison is just, you know, where you're at for the moment, unless you have a life sentence, an elbow. If they give you an elbow, then sorry, and free all the people that deserve to be freed with an elbow. But at the end of the day, time goes on, time keeps moving. So don't worry about who you're going to have when you get out. They're going to come. You see what I'm saying? That's what it is. They're going to come. You're going to get out and run into somebody when you least expect it, and that might be the right person. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's the best way I can explain it for y'all. Now, y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. If you're somebody that did time when you first got out, did you run back to an ex of yours? Or did you find somebody new? Did you lock in with them right away? Like, was it serious right away? You know, let people in the comment section know your experience. If you got to write a paragraph, and they'll break it down, because people love to read what the comments say. But my opinion, don't just go locking in off rip. You know what I'm saying? Because you could get out, and there could be some girls or men that are feeling you, and you lock in and put a title on this person right here, who everybody knows is a shone, who everybody knows done been ran through, right? You put your you know, your title on this person by claiming them, by putting pictures up online. Yeah, you're showing you're out, you're free, you're happy to be seen. So you don't really notice how many times you're posting with this female in there. Or, you know what I'm saying? How many times you're posting videos, pictures, because you want to be seen now. Look, everybody's showing me attention. I'm getting attention. And then really, there could be the person that's meant for you, the person that'll change your life, the person that's in your best interest, could be viewing that and see you're taken. See who you're claiming. And off rip, they can get the ick about you. You know, and once they get the ick, they don't like you no more. You feel me? So once they get the ick, you could have lost your chance with the person you were probably meant to be with. All because of this shit. You know what I'm saying? That's my opinion. So I feel like that's the best advice I could give y'all. Like I said, the comment section's there, and y'all let me know. What would you do when you get out? How would you go about it? Would you run back to an ex of yours? Would you run back to a baby mama of yours? Would you go back to a female or yours that maybe even if she rode throughout your bid, but she was probably fucking when you were gone? Or would you lock in with somebody that you just met as soon as you get out? Or are you going to ride it out for a little bit? Let us know in the comment section what you think. What you would do personally. I appreciate y'all tuning in, man. That's all I got for y'all. You already know, like I always say, make sure you keep them rats, squares, clowns, chomos, pedos, gunners, wanna be island boys and clout chasers out your circle. And until next time, this the one and only. I am my team. Frog.
I'm a criminal, I'm a cool nigga, but I got a limit though.
I'm a cool nigga, but I got a limit though. Cause I'm a criminal, yeah, I'm a criminal.